Yo, kings and queens, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Royalty. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Listen, I want to welcome all the new folks to the channel. If this is your first time, I appreciate y'all stopping by. If you are not a part of the royal family, why? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that every time I drop one of these bangers, you get notified. Now listen, y'all, I need y'all to go by and follow my Instagram page. My Instagram is the.royal.t20. And that is also my handle on Twitter as well. Today we are gonna do a restoration on a pair of Jordan 12s that I purchased off eBay. I think I got them for about 20 bucks. They are pretty worn, as you can see. Significant yellowing in the soles. We got some scuff marks right here. And just, they're dirty, but not in too bad of a shape. Insides are kind of dirty, so we're gonna use our Reshoevn8r shoe cleaning system to get these back right. I may do some touch-ups here. As you can see, that leather has some damage there, and we're gonna try and get these back. As we get started, I am going to put one of these away and we're gonna work on the other one. That way we can see the before and after. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take out the shoestrings. Now that the shoestrings are taken out, I'm gonna set those aside. And yes, I am wearing gloves because I don't know where these shoes came from. So we're gonna try and keep our hands clean. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a Shoeform, Reshoevn8r shoe form, and I'm gonna put this in the shoe. I believe this is a size 9. So I'm gonna go right about to the 3rd hole or so. Let's see if that works. The reason I'm doing this is it's gonna apply some pressure to the toe box. As you're cleaning and scrubbing it, it's gonna give the shoe some form and some pushback. So it's a little bit too small. I'm gonna go up one more size, or it doesn't fit quite well, so I'm gonna go up one more size. It's much better. Okay, all right, now we're gonna move on. We have our Reshoevn8r collapsible bowl. I'm gonna put some water in there. Gonna fill it about halfway up. Then I'm gonna use our Reshoevn8r cleaning solution. Usually I do about 2 squirts. We don't need a ton of that cleaning solution. Now, next thing, I'm super excited because I just purchased a Reshoevn8r cleaning mat. So we'll unbox this. This is gonna help me keep my space clean. And then we have our Reshoevn8r 3-brush cleaning system. Okay, we have the soft, we have the medium, then the stiff bristle brush. Okay, this is gonna be used for our outsole underneath the shoe. The soft is gonna be used for our upper and our leathers, and then mediums are our midsole and uppers as well. We're gonna start with the soft bristle brush. Okay. As we're cleaning, we are going to wipe down as we go. I'm just going to use another towel for that. We're gonna take a look at the outsole. I'm gonna go in with our stiff bristle brush. Wow, that's hard to say. Stiff bristle brush. Now the bottoms are actually not that dirty. They are just stained from old age, overuse. Was clean the inside, so for that we are going to take out the Shoeform. Okay, we're gonna remove, if we can. Wow, that is hard. All right, well that does not want to come out, so we are just gonna throw it in the wash. Now I usually have a little pick, but I cannot find it. So I'm going to go in and pick out some of these little pebbles that I did not see when we first started. Just being careful not to, you know, cut or damage the shoe. I don't recommend this, but I kind of know what I'm doing, so I think we're good there. We have a couple of these little stains that I'm not sure is gonna come out. Okay, so I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Now I'm going to put my shoe form back in. Okay, make sure we have enough pressure down there. Now we're gonna take the shoe and stick it into our Reshoevn8r laundry system. I'm gonna throw this in the washing machine on cold, and then we'll check back in. Okay, so the next part, since we have the shoestrings and they are dirty, you probably can't tell, a little dusty, we're gonna put these inside of our solution and let them sit. Then I'm gonna take them out, rinse them out, and once the shoes are dry, we're gonna put them back in. All right, now that our shoe is finished in the wash, we'll take it out and see what we have. Okay, the shoe is looking nice and clean here. We still have this little thing here. I'm gonna use a Q-tip and some alcohol to get that off. Okay, so now that I'm looking at the sneaker, we do have some scuffs here that we're gonna take care of. We'll do a paint match and get that fixed right up here. We'll repaint this here. We're gonna let the shoe dry, okay, overnight. And then tomorrow we're gonna go back in and ice the soles. We're gonna get these back to almost a factory finish. We're gonna do that using our indoor setup and our UV light. To get this little stain off here, I don't know if you can see that, I'm gonna use a Q-tip and a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Okay, so that is not working. We are gonna try something else. Now you do have to be careful about using too much alcohol because it will start to take the paint off. But in this spot, I feel like it's okay. As you can see already, the form is much better on the shoe. Much cleaner. You can tell by the white there. Okay, the outsole we're gonna work on next. It still pretty much looks the same, but we are going to look at touching that up. My big thing here is the form of the shoe just looks so much better. As you can see, that one is still kind of slouched on the right. We got the sock liner all clean. I'm pretty excited to work on this next part. Okay, for the next portion of the restoration, we are going to take care of the soles. And what I'm going to use to remove the yellowing and the harsh stains is going to be Salon Care 40. You can get this at any beauty supply, like Sally's is where I got this from. Now this is just a small bottle, but they do have larger options. So I am going to use a glove for this and a paintbrush, and then I'm going to just hit all the white areas here. I don't need to hit the traction pads. And then I'm going to use the press and seal. Some people just use saran wrap. I'm going to use the press and seal and put on top of this, and I'll put it in my indoor light setup for probably 3 or 4 hours. So you're going to want to take this brush and paint all the white areas. You're going to want to make sure that you get, obviously, the bag here. Shouldn't do anything to that red color, but we'll do our best not to hit that. Usually with these soles that are white, not translucent, they usually don't take as long in the indoor setup. If you're doing a pair of retro 11s, it's probably going to take several 24 to 48 hour sessions to get them back to icy or almost, stock. So we will just keep an eye on this one. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. These are pretty bad. So you don't need a ton. You don't need to cake it on. We just want to make sure we hit this outsole, or excuse me, midsole, outsole area. Now, of course, I touched it, got it on the hand that I did not have any gloves on. So I'm gonna do this quick, and then I'm gonna go wash my hands, because you can get little burns on your hands. So that is why I probably should have just put on another glove, but I was being lazy. So I'll finish this up here. Then I'm gonna go wash my hands. All right, I think that's done. I'm gonna prop it off the end of the table here just a little bit so that the toe is not touching the towel. Gonna hit the toe just a little bit here off camera. All right, now that we are finished with the application, we are going to use our press and seal. All right, I'm just gonna finish off the roll. This should be enough to cover the whole shoe. All right. So we're gonna make sure we cover the entire sauced surfaces. And the thing that I like about the press and seal is that it sticks or adheres to the rest of the shoe. So you don't have to worry about it slipping off. I'm just gonna cover this tight like that. Man, it's sticking to everything. Okay, now we're gonna put this inside the indoor setup. Okay, y'all, so this is my indoor setup. It is looking very ghetto right now, but I've done some moving and packed a bunch of stuff, bunch of my cleaning supplies in here. And so some of the foil is starting to fall off, but for the most part, it gets the job done, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the shoe inside here. Okay, and all it is a bin that I got from Walmart. I lined it with aluminum foil. I'm gonna take my shoe, set it inside. Okay, turn it upside down like that. And I'm just gonna put the lid on, and let me grab that. So I cut out the top of the lid and taped aluminum foil to the underside. So there's aluminum foil here as well. So what that's gonna do is gonna reflect all of the light in there. And then I have a UV light right here, which is about a 240 volt UV light that I just basically I cut out the hole to fit that light shape, and I kind of traced it so I know exactly where to put it. I'm gonna turn this on and just let it run, and I'll come back and check on it in a couple hours. Okay, we are back to this shoe here. As you can see, we did get a lot of that yellowing out of the sole. I'm gonna show you the other one so you can see kind of where we started. Huge difference. Now this shoe above here has been clean. Like, this is a clean sole. It just has tons of yellowing from just aging and overuse. This one has been cleaned. I'm gonna do a few more sessions in our indoor setup, and that way we can make sure we've gotten the most out of that light. And then we're gonna clean them up one more time and see what we can do with the soles. Sometimes it's just irreversible and that's all you get, but I think we've done a pretty solid job so far. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is go in and we are going to paint this midsole right here. We do have this scratch, and we're gonna take some sandpaper. We're gonna go in there and make sure it's nice and smooth, so then when we paint, all the surfaces are smooth. Now on the inside of the shoe, we have some more areas that we're gonna go and clean up. And then this area here, I'm just gonna clean that up with some sandpaper and just smooth that out. There's nothing I can do to, recreate this pattern. So we're just gonna go in here and make sure that it is nice and painted. Now this red is not just a normal red. To me, it's a little bit more scarlet. So I think I'm gonna have to do a paint mix. I don't think I'll be able to use the paint right out of the bottle. So I will come back and show you guys what we have and what we will come up with as far as paint. I'm going to use a cotton ball, and then we have our acetone. Usually I use maybe not a maximum strength, but I'm going to use this right now because this is what I have. I'm going to try not to rub super deep with just a light coat to make sure that we remove that finished surface finish. Okay, we're taped pretty good. That's about all I need. I'm just gonna hit this area here. I'm not gonna paint the whole entire panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my paint poured. Just gonna use this little dish right here and an angular brush. So we just wanna do some light coats. That first swab I put on was kinda heavy. We're just gonna wipe that in. All right, we're gonna use our heat gun to let that dry. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this prepped. I'm gonna use some acetone. I'm just gonna use some of this right here. Go in, I'm gonna clean this up, but before I jump to this, I'm gonna go ahead and tape off the white so that we don't damage or have to repaint anything or have to clean that up. So I'm just gonna repaint this area here, and then a little bit, just some small touch-ups around the shoe. Okay, so after several trials of using the Varsity, it wasn't actually the best match. So I used some of this, and then I continuously added red to kind of brighten the color. When the Varsity dried, it was a little dark and it didn't match. So I used drops of red until I got the desired color. I can't tell you guys exactly what it is, but for the most part, this still looks a little dark. I haven't gone back over this spot, but I did the toe, and it looks pretty good, I would say. maybe a little dark, so I may go and add a few more drops of red to really make it a little bit more vibrant. And then what I did here was I finished that, and I just used a brush to wipe on some acrylic finisher to give it that kind of shine. So yeah, we'll go ahead and lace it up once I finish this spot here, and then we'll show you the finished product.